Allez, c'est parti. Ok. Michelle, my belle, these are words that go together well. My Michelle, Michelle, my belle, someday we'll keep on très bien ensemble, très bien ensemble. I love you, I love you, I love you. That's all I want to say. Until I find a way, I will say the only words I know that you understand. Michelle, ma belle, sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble, très bien ensemble. I need to, I need to, I need to, I need to make you see what you mean to me. Until I do, I'm hoping you will know what I mean. I love you. I want you, I want you, I want you. I think you know by now. I'll get to you somehow. Until I do, I'm telling you so you'll understand. Michelle, ma belle, sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble, très bien ensemble. And I will say the only word. It works. It's a bit like being at work, actually. Right. So hi everybody, and thank you for being here today for my mother's funeral. And Mum has now passed away after a long life of adventure, joy and tragedy, a very full life indeed. She was born and grew up in Bordeaux, France, during the Second World War in 1941. From the age of 19 onwards, when she married my father, Rodney, a submariner in the Royal Navy at the time, she lived in and traveled to many countries throughout her life, including the UK, Africa, and Europe. She learned to speak English and Spanish fluently. She was fearless and a free spirit, sometimes torn between her role as a wife and a mother. She slept with a 44 Magnum revolver underneath her pillow whilst my dad was away on covert operations. She once accompanied my father on one of his secret missions on a night flight from Salisbury, Rhodesia to Libreville, Gabon, with legendary bush pilot Jacques Malak on his DC-8, which the Rhodesian government used to bust the United Nations sanctions, economic sanctions. She would learn to be a skipper on my dad's yachts, in spite of the fact she didn't like being at sea and was seasick. She would be finding new schools for her children in every country, city, town and village we moved to during my childhood. She helped me to learn French before I went through the French schooling system. I couldn't wait to see her when I returned home from boarding school on the weekends, where a much anticipated steak frites would be waiting for me. She worried about me when I was a teenager. I used to disappear and do my thing. When I used to disappear and do my thing long before the age of these things, mobile phones. Perhaps that's why she chose to help me with my music, to be part of the crew, so to speak. Indeed, she became my manager and roadie by default. Grown-up musicians had to ask her permission for me to join their bands and play with them on stage as I was too young, but yet talented enough to perform at their level. Um, she would drive me and my equipment to rehearsals and concerts, and also take me to regular hospital visits after my accident until I left home. She was very popular with all my friends. They loved her. She was great. She was great fun, and known as Madame Ben. I can still remember a neighbor telling me when I was 12 years old how much he loved my mum's laughter. He could often hear from his house down the road. She was an intelligent woman with a strong character and buoyant personality, full of life and a love for the arts and fashion. I once asked her many years ago what she thought was the difference between French and British women, assuming there might have been one. I don't know, I was young, yeah. Her answer was immediate and unhesitant. She said, French women embrace their femininity. Now, I was humbled by the clarity, depth, and power of the statement. Bravo, madame. She was amazing with young people and even taught English for some years before she became ill. She broke my heart many times, perhaps more so in the later part of my life, as I witnessed tragedy unfold in her life. As a teenager, she'd already lost her older brother, and later, as a mother, her youngest son, both in tragic circumstances. She also lost her father and her husband, and her sister more recently. She'd witnessed me being physically and violently torn apart as a child in front of her, powerless. She was the first person I saw when I woke up in hospital after a 7-hour operation. She was always there throughout my life. She was my most fierce and loyal defender. And supporter. She was there during my darkest moments and never gave up on me throughout my life. There is nothing I couldn't talk to her about, and she only very occasionally confided in me whilst trying not to burden me with her inner sadness. I always listened to her because she was honest, but never cruel, and she accepted me for who I was like no one else ever has, and perhaps ever will. I find comfort in the knowledge that she remained receptive and trusting towards me, especially after my brother and my father passed away. She was perhaps a little old school in some ways, but incredibly open-minded in others. I have to admit that my parents were a perfect match with regards to their mercurial characters, both in their own different ways. They fought and loved each other for as long as I can remember, yet I believe they shared the same fundamental values and an innate passion for adventure. It wasn't always so good for everyone else, but that's how it was. In some aspects, I see them as Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know if you're familiar with those 1930s American gangsters. Anyway, united, defiant, and on the run until the end. This is why I'm confident she made her own life choices with an honest heart and free mind. I was lucky to have Michelle as my mum. And my experience with her as a son taught me that every mum deserves unconditional love, support, and protection. We understood and treated each other with love, respect, and loyalty because of, and sometimes in spite of, our similar temperaments. Now that she has finally left this world, I've gained some peace in my heart. I have been mourning her gradual fading from my existence for several years. She has moved on, and I hope I can too. My role has now shifted, and I will feel her influence for the rest of my life. She's left a beautiful legacy embodied in her daughter Jacqueline, grandchildren Yael and Katie and Callum, and her great-grandchildren Joe, Finn, Samuel, Elora, Thomas, Amelie, Ollie, and a new baby boy called Jesse. I'm all too aware of how much she meant to the family. And I'm grateful to see everyone here today, having travelled far, knowing you have loved and supported her too. I also wish to thank my friend Abby and her eldest son Asher for supporting me throughout and being with me here today. And of course, I find great comfort in the knowledge that Harriet is thinking of me at this moment. If there is a world out there from where Mom can hear us and see us, I have no doubt that she would be pleased to have us all here together listening to some of her favourite tunes, which I'm going to play now with a little photo tribute, which should appear on the screen, I believe. So thank you for listening, and we'll have some brunch, and I hope you have a safe journey home. All right? Okay, let's go.
Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on a never spinning reel, like a snowball down a mountain or a carnival balloon, like a carousel that's turning, running rings around the moon, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face, and the world is like an apple whirling silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind, like a tunnel that you follow to a tunnel of its own, down a hollow to a cavern where the sun has never shone, like a door that keeps revolving in a half-forgotten dream, or the ripples from a pebble someone tosses in a stream, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face, and the world is like an apple whirling silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. Keys that jingle in your pocket, words that jangle in your head. Why did summer go so quickly? Was it something that you said? Lovers walk along the shore and leave their footprints in the sand. Is the sound of distant drumming just the fingers of your hand? Pictures hanging in a hallway and a fragment of a song. Half remembered names and faces, but to whom do they belong? When you knew that it was over, you were suddenly aware that the autumn leaves were turning to the colour of her hair. A circle in a spiral, a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on a never spinning reel, as the images unwind, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind.
Okay. I think we've got the next music coming up, which is Edith Piaf. Non, je ne regrette rien. I do not regret a single thing. It should happen now.
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. C'est payé allumer le feu, mes chagrins, mes plaisirs, je n'ai plus besoin de balayer les amours avec leur trémolo, balayer pour toujours. Je repars à zéro. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Car ma vie, car mes joies, aujourd'hui, ça commence avec toi.
Why not? I think we're good. I think that's it, guys. So I'll catch you later. I think we have to go. Thank you for being there. Thank you, my dear. Speak to you soon. Merci. Thank you. Ciao. Speak soon. Bye bye.